Today, we will be revisiting Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Hot for Teacher, man, that takes me back. That video makes me think about my own experiences in high school. Stepping up onto the bus, shaking with anxiety, bus driver telling me to sit down. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Jonny B. And today we will be talking about Van Halen, that hard rock band from Pasadena, California that I'm pretty sure every one of you has heard of. Now, from the late 70s until the early 1980s, Van Halen's popularity was growing among the rock community, but it wasn't until the release of their sixth album, 1984, that the popularity of the band skyrocketed and they became a household name. This is due in no small part to a couple of hit songs and their accompanying videos. Songs like and Now, the album 1984 was released, of course, in 1984, but at the very beginning of the year in January. And it wasn't until October that the third video for that album was released, and that was Hot for Teacher, which is what we're going to feature today.
Sweet Waldo. Now, Waldo, I hope you find some friends this year.
Oh, Mom, you know I'm not like other guys. I'm nervous and my socks are too loose.
All right, I'm going to stop the video right there. I'm going to back it up a little bit. And I just wanted to point out that the voice of Waldo, and I didn't realize this until I did the research for this video, Waldo's voice is done by none other than Phil Hartman. You know Phil Hartman.
I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such films as Cry Yuma and Here Comes the Coast Guard. But tonight I'm here to tell you about a new toothpaste that not only cleans and brightens, but also straightens your teeth.
I had no idea it was him, and in a million years, I never would have guessed. So I thought that was pretty interesting. All right, we'll keep going.
Oh, Mom, you know I'm not like other guys. I'm nervous and my socks are too loose.
Sit down, Waldo.
I love that shuffle beat that Alex Van Halen is playing. It's just his dexterity and his double bass drum playing is absolutely phenomenal. I'm talking to him like he's in past tense. The guy's an amazing drummer, and this song I think really demonstrates how good of a drummer he is. I'm sure there are other songs in the Van Halen catalog that people will say, if you think this is good, you should hear this other song. And if that's the case, put it in the comments. And I'd like to know what other Van Halen songs people think that Alex it really shows off his chops. Anyway, I just wanted to point out that the double bass drum playing in this song is just excellent. I love it. Sorry, it gets sometimes when after I pause it and I play again, it gets grainy. All right. Before I continue on, I want to make sure I point out the actors that are playing the young Van Halen. So let me start off by Going back here, so just give me a second. All right, that is the young David Lee Roth is played by Bill Bookmeyer. Let's go to the next one. The young Alex Van Halen is played by Beto Lovato. B-E-T-O, Beto Lovato. I don't know. I hope I pronounced it right. All right, that kid that just threw the cigarette playing the young Michael Anthony is Yano Anaya. Now, you may not recognize the name Yano Anaya. You may not even recognize the kid's face. But if I showed you this picture instead, then you'll recognize him as Grover Dill, Scut Farkas's little sidekick in A Christmas Story, which I'm sure a lot more of you recognize than the kid from the video. So about a year and a half before he did the video, he was Grover Dill from A Christmas Story. Oh, and young Eddie is Brian Hitchcock.
Oh, wow, man. Wait a second, man. What do you think the teacher's gonna look like this year? Teacher, stop that screaming. Teacher, don't you see? Don't wanna be no uptown fool.
Of course, the incomparable lead singer of Van Halen, David Lee Roth.
Maybe I should go now, but I'm doing well. Teacher needs to see me.
Oop. The legend himself, the guitar god, Eddie Van Halen.
After school, I think of all the education that I missed, but then my homework was never quite like this. Oh, got it paid. I'm not the teacher. I got it paid, so paid. I'm not the teacher.
Of course, the shameful part about this video is it's like the last time we'd see David Lee Roth sing with Van Halen for a long time, because 1984 was the last album that David Lee Roth did with Van Halen, and he left the band like shortly after the album was released, actually shortly after they did this video, and then they got Sammy Hagar as their new lead singer. So, and there's nothing wrong with Sammy Hagar. I'm just saying it's almost like there's a Van Halen 1.0 and a Van Halen 2.0, or as a lot of people call it, Van Hagar. And it's like they're two totally different bands. The sound is the same. Like you can tell it's Alex playing drums. You can tell it's Eddie playing guitar, but it's like I don't know. It's almost like the vibe or the mission statement of the band is totally different for the Sammy Hagar years versus the David Lee Roth years. And but eventually Sammy Hagar left, and there was like, and then he got Gary Cherone from Extreme, who sang with them for a very short amount of time, and then he left, and then they got I think like, did Sammy Hagar come back again, or David Lee Roth? It just went back and forth for a while. Eventually, David Lee Roth came back and finished out the Van Halen career with them as the singer. So anyway, that was a long-winded way to say this is the last time we see David Lee Roth with Van Halen for a while. This video I just want to stop right here and just mention that this video was filmed at John Marshall High School in LA. I don't know if school was in session or if I thought I read that they actually canceled school for a couple days so they could film the video there, but I don't know how true that is. Bassist Michael Anthony. Wonder how long that table really was. I mean, it's not obviously not one table. It's a bunch of tables strung together, pushed up against each other. But I'm curious to know how long that really is. Of course, he walks down it twice. He'll walk down, and then when he does like the second part of his solo, he'll start all the way at the back again and do another walk down. Of course, if it was me playing guitar, walking down the table, I'd probably like slip on a piece of paper and just be like playing my solo and then just like fall, slip off the table, hurt myself. That's, not Eddie Van Halen though.
Oh man, I think the clock is slow. I don't feel dirty. Class dismissed. Ooh, yeah. I got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. I'm my teacher. Oh, I got it bad, got it bad, got it bad.
Alex Van Halen.
I'm a teacher.
By the way, for years, I never even noticed this. Of course, I'm not very observant, but did you notice, let me go back a little bit. Did you notice that David Lee Roth's pants are wet like he wet himself? Watch. Like, what's up with that? Like, I don't know. I noticed it like recently. I've seen this video so many times. I had no idea his pants were wet, which is kind of hilarious, actually. I wonder why that is. All right, so that was Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. So I kind of went into a little bit about what happened after the video. David Lee Roth left, Sammy Hagar joined. They kind of went back and forth a few times with a little Gary Sharon thrown in somewhere. But eventually it was David Lee Roth who ended up being the final singer for Van Halen. Michael Anthony departed the band. I'm not sure if he was fired or if he quit, but Eddie Van Halen's son, Wolfgang Van Halen, stepped in as to play bass. And I got to see them in, when was it? excuse me, I want to say it was like 2016, 2017. I got to see them at Madison Square Garden in New York with David Lee Roth singing, Eddie Van Halen, Alex Van Halen, and Wolfgang Van Halen. And it was a great show. It was an incredible show. But unfortunately, Van Halen is no more. Eddie passed away in 2020, and his son Wolfgang said that there's pretty much no more Van Halen after them. I mean, how could it be Van Halen without Eddie in the band? So, unfortunately, Van Halen is a band of the past. But we will always treasure the music and the videos that they produced. Anyway, that's it. If you really like what you saw today, even if you moderately liked what you saw today, or even if you liked it just a little bit, please hit the subscribe button and then hit the like button. And that way, when I put out a new video, you'll be notified and you can watch and enjoy. Until next time, when I come out with another video, I am Jonny B, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching VidTube Vibe.